Hey, what's up? What's good? Welcome to another BlackSwanRadio.com podcast. I'm your host, Rondell L. Jordan. If this is your first time here, then welcome, benvindo. This is your destination for Worldview conversation and flight music. Black Swan Radio is a channel dedicated for the continental man and woman. You know, this is a channel where I want to uplift you, inspire you, cause, depth in thinking. Today I heard the term wealth creators. And it stood out to me because those are my two favorite words. Wealth creator and determination. In order to be a true traveler, a true explorer, raising funds is essential, right? The more funds we are able to raise for our endeavor, the longer and more we can explore, right? If not, we have to take quick trips back and forth. And the length of time you spend overseas. So let's say you bought a ticket and you went and toured Ghana for 7 days. The most significant part of the travel expense, the plane ticket, is the same as if you used it for 30 days or 6 months. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm saying this because part of what our purpose is in our travels, when you do it frequently, is to find your paradise, right? Find that place in the world where you can see yourself living a significant life. This would be a healthy haven for you in an emergency, or just the way you want to wean yourself off of the labor force. So imagine if you don't, a lot of people, they work towards retirement. And one of the things I've seen in my days and age in regards to retirement is that they keep pushing the benchmark higher and higher, right? So in today's day and age, you need to be, I think, between 65 and 70, right? And it also depends upon how much you've been putting into that system over time and for how long. And then, I remember I used to work for the bank, and, we would get elderly customers. And the one thing I remember that was common among the elderly customers is they all said, or many of them said, that they were living on a tight budget, but they had a different term. They had a different term, and as soon as I think about the term, I thought I had the term in mind. But it was a tight budget, a strict budget. And, you know, I remember speaking to a lady who used her credit card to pay for her medication. And her payment for the month was more than she could bear, right? And she had to make a decision. Do I pay this credit card so that I can order my order my medications, or do I use this money that I have for food? And you know, that ultimatum, you know, obviously have stuck with me. Wealth is a very specific word because it begins with wellness. It begins with wellness because that is the true riches, time. Now, if lifetime and health is something that you would give all your riches for, you know, Steve Jobs, very successful, prominent, genius, a creator in his own right. And he passed away prematurely due to an illness that he could not reverse, and no wealth that he could amount in this world was able to give him an extended period of time. And what that means is that what we have that he didn't is more valuable, because I'm sure he would have given everything that he had to you if he could exchange. And even if he did, what good would it be for you? You're not here. So, wealth creation has to do with perspective. It has to do with how you see the world, how you see life, because that determines how you value your time, your day, people, your interactions with people every day, even the people you work with, the people you come across in passing, the people you serve. You know, life really can be a fulfilling experience. But when we look at things as, you know, we're forced to do this. You know, we don't want to, but I'm doing it anyway. We're going through the motions year in, year out. That's the true cause of the mass depression, mass anxiety. You know, it's all a result of we're all being programmed by the same content. And therefore, we all are going to have similar thoughts and behaviors. So the only things that differentiates us is the things that we do in our daily lives and how we perceive life as an individual. How much do we consume? Because if you consume what is being presented to us in social media, in the media. Of course, if it's commercial, if it has to be paid for, it has to be funded, then the funders, right, determine the underlying message. And what I'm saying is part of wealth creation is understanding how to manage your wellness, what you allow to enter your body and your mind, how you perceive the world. And you yourself have to determine on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis, what is it that you want to get out of life, and then go seek and do it. Plot, plan, strategize. But I'm telling a big part of that is to go see this world. You see, the metaphors that we read in the scriptures were visions of people who had believed in these days that we are living in now, where we would be able to transport beyond the clouds. This is the rivers of milk and honey, right? Because clouds are a body of water, right? That's where the rain comes from. And if you're traveling above the clouds, then you're traveling over the seas, oceans, rivers of rain, but just in a different form. It's in a condensed form. Whereas, below, the molecular structure is more compact, because the gravity is heavier, right? The electromagnetic energy and forces of the earth. Wealth creation is about the accumulation, abundance, way of living, realizing that in the beginning God gave you everything. It was the Lord who was walking with God, who they call Lord God, who forbids you from knowledge. And that is because his purpose was to keep you in the garden. So most people live within the garden. But knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. It made Adam like God, because even God said, indeed, man has become like one of us, to know. He's no longer a believer. He took a leap of faith and became knowledgeable. And so here today is your food for thought, wealth creation. Hope you enjoyed today's show. If you have not already subscribed to this abstract content, I invite you to do so. Until next time, keep the faith.